Anyone else who would like to speak?
Yes.
No, your time's done.
Why?
You gave your time up a while ago.
She used it.
Is there anyone else that would like to speak? Pro or con, which side there, Mr. Grass?
I just want to speak on behalf of myself, and it concerns just being a concerned citizen. I am not part of any group. I'm trying to get my information anywhere I can. Much of this that's come up tonight's news, and I just would like to address the council and yourself.
Go ahead.
First of all, I'd like to thank you, Mr. Shilley, and the councilman for letting me speak tonight. Just as a concerned citizen, on my own, I've been trying to get as much information about the deal as I can. I'm very concerned about it. I was born and raised in Crystal City. I graduated Crystal City High School 30 years ago. I just recently went through to my 30-year class reunion, in fact, this weekend. I was astounded at how much, or in fact how little, the people that I asked about this really did know about it, other than what they've been reading, and that is that it's a done deal. There's nothing anybody can do. I'm here before you tonight to plead with council members, if there's anything at all that can derail this train that's rolling through into town, that's full of pollution and poison, to put it on hold until a feasibility study can be done. I believe you've been given the most valuable piece of property that Crystal City will ever have given to them, bar none. And the way that it needs to be handled is perhaps opened up and let other people bid, come in with their other projects, and look in. Everybody's down on Tom Kerr. I don't know the man other than one or two conversations just in meeting him. I just think that it's something that the people in Crystal City, obviously with the turnout that you got here, there's concern. I'm just here pleading before the council to please reconsider. You've got information now put in front of you that needs to be taken into account. We can't just go and on through with this thing without any kind of a study, feasibility study. What's going to happen with our groundwaters when these big slag piles sit there in floodplains and they get rained on? Where's that water going? There's so many unanswered questions to this deal that I don't know how anybody can feel that it's a viable project, and nobody's been presented with a business plan. Nobody really knows, the citizens especially, and I'm just here before you to please don't let this go through until there's been further study, further things done to make sure that this is, because we're never going to get something like this given to Crystal again, and what you do with it right now isn't going to just affect the city tonight, 5 years or 10 years. This is a 100-year deal that can't be changed when it does go through. And the only thing I can say is, as far as this property is, it is a concern of mine also, that it's going to, I don't have anything personal against the Chinese at all. But some of the things I heard here tonight certainly is troubling, and I would like to have more information, as well as I hope all of you would, before you allow this train of pollution and poison to come into this town, and do it, stop it before it's too late. And only you council members here tonight can do that, because it's already been quoted as saying that if we're going through with this. Council people, I'm begging you to give this another consideration. I've been in this city. My heart and soul is in Crystal City. I devoted my weekend to talking to other people that I went to school with many years ago, and they were astounded that this thing hasn't been public knowledge. And how could anybody make a decision based on what little information that you've been given? You want to talk about an outsider sneaking in? Everybody's down on Tom Kerr. Well, he's the only other person that's willing to talk about his plan. This guy, Mr. Kennedy, is as much of a stranger as anybody. He's come in to have presented to you what kind of a person it is. Now it's up to the council here tonight to stop it. Give more time, take more time, and make sure, please, that you think this through, because whatever happens to this piece of property is setting the course for the next 100 years. And I wouldn't be able to sleep at night if I didn't get up here and express my concerns about what's happening here.
Mr. Grant. Proposals, you know, were given to PPG. You know, I mean, we was not donated the property or given the property. The proposals were through PPG. The sales contract up there, that $38,000, that was a sales agreement between Fiesta Corporation and Pittsburgh Plate Glass Company.
That was to you guys too. You guys got it too.
It was a
If you
sales.
look at it,
If you read it,
says Bristol
that,
City.
you know, that's, I'm just going to leave it at that. But, I mean, it was not donated to us, and that was.
Okay. Well, and I do stand corrected on that, Mr. Mayor. Thank you. I do believe, though, that the guy that came in, Mr. Kennedy, and got everybody snuck in here, got everybody to sign a gag order. You can't talk about it. You can't check it out. You can't ask the constituents. He just came in here as a total stranger and sold a bill of good to the cities that the best thing that can be done with that property is, hey, give it to me, a complete stranger, for 100 years. And trust me, his newspaper article said, when the time's right, he'll release more news. I'm sorry, that's not good enough for me. We need to have this news now before it is too late. Sealed and delivered, and it's too late to change it, then is the time right? Then it's too late. The time's now. Please, councilman, don't let this happen. It doesn't have to. We can stop it, take the time, do feasibility studies, and don't think that the only offer on the table, and I don't agree that that's the only offer, but has it been, have we tried to sell it to another person or take bids, take 5 or 10?
Yeah, it's not ours to sell.
It wasn't up to me to sell the property.
Before you lease it, it will be.
Well,
It was not up to Bristol City to sell the property. The property was sold by Pittsburgh Plate Glass Company.
you didn't have, I was under the impression that they were selling it in conjunction with you being happy with whatever tenant moved in. Well, that's all.
It wasn't given to us. We have a sales contract,
Okay.
but they received 3 proposals.
Okay. Well, and nobody knows that. Nobody, you know, the only proposal I heard about is the one that was presented, and it left an awful lot of money on the table.
There's 3 proposals through Pittsburgh.
You told us there were none at the last meeting.
Not to me. It's not my property.
Well,
We didn't own it.
Mr. Mayor, thank you. I appreciate it. Council members, please, if there's anything that can be done tonight to halt this thing and get further information, use your heart. You people have to stop this before it's too late. That's all I'm saying.
Wanted to see what that lease, if they'll allow me, I'll flip it back to the right.
That's fine. I know what it says. I know exactly what it says. I got it back from Mr. Meyer on the 26th, along with a letter sent to PPG, and he told me personally that he's forwarded this on to PPG. This is a sales agreement between PPG, the buyer and seller. The ordinance says $5.4 million.
Tonight?
That's it.
Haven't you learned anything tonight? From that is all facts. That is not lies.
That would be a new one.
Is your mind changing a little bit?
Mary Gay,
What I want to know is that
Mary Gay,
You know about